My next little demo program will demonstrate access to characters inside a string. So we'll be using like individual character access. The name of this demo is 7.5 print characters. Again, it's an empty file that I prepared for this demo. And this character by character access to the content of the string will be the basis for a future algorithm to match two strings and locate overlapping substrings. So we have to start somewhere. So let's see if we can just easily print each character in a string. So also let's start with the little demo. So we have like hello world demo string. And here we can use a for loop, which as you know from the book chapter, is relying on an integer that is taking out of the range of integers that we can create with the range function. And here I'm using for the upper bound of the range, I'm using the length of my string, this demo string right here. And so therefore it will range from 0 to the to this value, the length of the string -1. Okay, so this is how, just a quick refresh on what this range function does. And in order to be able to print a individual character, I can use index access to, like, basically every string in Python is like an array of character values, individual characters. So this index notation allows us to access individual characters. So let's do this like super simple example, little demo to run this and see if we get any results. So this is a program named 7.5. Typically I just drag and drop, and again I can run it just like this, but I'll just shorten the path so that we just, since we're already in this directory, this is our current directory in the command line window, I can just use the name of the program. All right, so it does the work, and you can see that it says hello world, but it does it vertically. And obviously the reason for this is that the default end line in a print for print function in Python is basically something like this, just by default. If you want to experiment with this, it's using the new line character, right? So it's using the new line character as the ending character. So I'll exit this program, rerun it again. You can see it does exactly the same thing. So now let's clear screen, and now we can use a different ending if we want to, right? For instance, right here, I would like to just print characters without any sort of attachment to them, just like print like normal string without any spaces or new lines or anything else. So then perhaps my ending that I would like to like experiment with is just basically just no ending, empty string for ending. Don't do, essentially I'm trying to tell Python, don't help me with any alignment of my output. And let's see how this looks like. Okay, so run it again. So it prints hello world, right? And since there was no attempt to create any new lines or anything else, any spacing, what we get as a result is like everything is gemmed here. So the next input just says I'm going to print wherever the current cursor position is in this command window. Everything is gemmed into one line. So if you'd like to just print a new line, standalone new line, you can just do this, just a print call with empty parentheses, no parameters. Let's try this again. Okay, so this is all pretty trivial, but now the output looks a little better. Everything is clearly visible. But notice that this time I'm printing everything inside this for loop using the index and using the subscript or index syntax to access individual characters inside my string. And this for loop runs as long as we need for basically to access each individual character with its own unique corresponding index. So this index essentially ranges from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remember, the index of the first character is always 0. Okay, and typically the last character is the length of the string -1, and that's exactly what this range function returns in terms of giving us a sequence of these indices, which work pretty good. You can see that my output is consistent. We tested this, and so this is our second demo in preparation for building our coding prototype.